So yeah, this is the bag I carry. I just grasp around the base of it, and I find it okay to run with. You know what I mean? So some people find it really ungainly, and they find that carry the clubs in their hands is better. So I guess that's just a personal choice, you know. So really, the biggest adjustment to my golf game that I've made for speed golf is my putting technique. So I started this in 2012. And what I do now is I literally put one-handed. So my observation was, if the tee box was, for example, over, if you imagine the tee box is over where that black flag was, what all the speed golfers were doing, where they were running up the fairway, they're putting the bag down, running over to the ball. So that's time there, and then they were, you know, finishing out the hole. Taking the ball out of the hole, and then they would have to run back 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, take the bag and then run off to the next hole. So you can see there, you can see pretty clearly that if you can find a way to, as I do, carry the bag and put one-handed, it saves a lot. Logistically, it saves a lot of time. So I just run up with the bag, you know, run up, hit the putt, exactly the same, tap it in, and then I'm gone. So there's examples out in the course where the green is much bigger, but even in this kind of really small scale example, I'd probably save 10 or 15 seconds, something like that. So just to show you the technique, if that's something, when I started this in 2013, I was the only player using it, and then at the Eastern American Speedgolf Open in 2014, I think 6 of the top 8 competitors were using it. So it's something that can be done well. You can see the length of my putter. I don't know if you can recognise that, but that's like 30 inches. I'd say even below 30 inches, yeah. I guess it's a junior length putter. It's like a good quality putter, it's a ping putter, so you can get junior putters that are really good quality. It's really light, it's got a really light swing weight. I just find that easier to manage with one hand. So I just kind of hold the bag in my left hand. I put with an open stance, and that's just something I do. I guess this isn't in the way, therefore. And it's just one look, and boom. Just let it flow. And what I found, experiment for yourselves, but I've just found that it's just as easy to putt one-handed. And that's from a background of when I was practicing my regular golf, I always putted just as well one-handed. So that's definitely something I'd encourage you to try out.
So you'd probably sink that distance one-handed quite confidently, that second putt?
That second putt, definitely.
You'd be confident one-handed.
Picked it up,
yeah, because that's like, I'll be four-putting all day one-handed. But.
Yeah. So yeah, so putting is the one thing, you know, you see these patterns when people try speed golf, and one of them is, you know, I hit the ball just as well, but initially my putting suffered. So if I was making a recommendation to you today, you know, long term, when you go back and practice your speed golf, especially if it's your first, I don't know how many people it's their first tournament, but you know, in my case, for my first tournament, I would have really tried to take a few deep breaths before I put it, and take an extra second or two on, you know, when you're putting, just to make sure, because it's easy to run up, man, 3, 4, 5 putts on your first couple of outings. So take an extra second or two putting, and then long term, just challenge yourself to put really quickly at a high heart rate. You know, because if you can put well today, you can really surprise yourself with the score you can put on the board.
And is your mentality of putting, say when you've got a 8-foot putt, is you're thinking about getting it close for a 2-putt more than trying to sink it? And
yeah, I'd say
trying to hold like.
Yeah, I'd say my mentality is exactly the same as it would be for a regular golf.
Yeah.
You know, it's far less stressful if you can get yourself into a place where your lag putting is really strong on the day.
Yeah.
But just like regular golf, that just depends on, you know, how your form is on the day and how much kind of practice you've done in the weeks leading up to it, and how you feel the speed of the greens are. But in terms of you know, how attacking I'd be in my putting and everything like that, I don't have any particular tactics. It would be the same as I'd approach it in regular golf. So just stay true to to your style of playing regular golf.
That's quite a flat green, but you get a swinging, undulating green. Do you actually have, like, you're assessing the break and fire as you're approaching the ball? You don't take time to take time out to read the green doing that, is
Yeah. Yes, that's a really good question, and really to me that's really the key point of speed golf is how do you analyse the shot, because every shot and like there's a lot of undulations here and these kind of constantly moving fairways.
Just one of
You know.
the toss at the hits.
But the key to speed golf, you got to run well and you got to try and play good golf. But the real key is how quickly do you play the reasonably efficient golf. So one thing I would recommend doing is just trusting in your ability your brain's ability to weigh up the situation. So for most of us, we've been playing golf for a reasonable length of time. So I don't know how many thousands of golf holes or millions of golf shots I've hit, but it's a lot of data has gone into my brain. So the end kind of product of that is, you know, you're literally running up to the ball, and this much time, in my opinion, is just as effective as spending a minute. Really, what I think is if you spend too long over the ball, there's two possibilities: either nothing will change, or lots of self-doubt will creep in. So. Yeah, so the real tip, just to optimise your speed golf performance, just go with it. Just get up there and just hit the shot. It kind of came naturally to me just playing golf quickly and instinctively, but for some people, you know, they find it, I guess, hard to forget about the practice swing and not take the 19 or 20 waggles. Do you say waggles over here? So I just get it up to it. Trust your brain. You know what I mean? This computer in our heads. My friend Chris Smith says that the brain takes in like 8 million pieces of information a second or something, so just go with that. Set up to the ball and just hit it. And if you trust yourself, you can kind of surprise yourself with the standard of golf shot. So yeah.
So are you pulling your club out of the bag before you've got to the ball when you feel landing?
Yeah, just everything, just be as efficient as possible. You know, so yeah, so I'm here, bags. You know, I'll take the club out of the bag in plenty of time wherever possible. So just everything is about efficiency. You know, I'm a kind of a lazy person, so I don't want to run more than any faster than I have to. So the more efficient you can be, the quicker your round of golf will be. You know, yeah, just as efficient as possible. How's that sound? Yeah. Good theory. Yeah. So the key, yeah. So that's the one-handed putting. Apart from that, just go with it's just your regular game of golf, except you're running, and just trust in your kind of ability to play golf. That's it. Any other questions, or are we ready to get going?
Bring the seat forward.
Okay, thanks very much for listening, guys, and see you out there.
Shotgun start if you get over that.
Yeah, cool. Good luck, guys. Enjoyed it, yeah.
Well, you want any photo with them? What's the string on your memo?
No.
That's to remember something I've forgotten.
Can we hire a couple of golf carts and we go out and watch you play a few holes or stuff like that? Try and find it out.
Can I grab a photo?
See what you're doing. Pretty right.
What's your name? Leighton.
Similar.
Thanks. Cheers, man.
Are you playing today?
No, I'm just driving through. I'm got the period at 11 o'clock last night, and I got on set up for my show tomorrow morning in Auckland.
I've made this alteration where I've put the TV on and I usually have this. I don't have it with me. I usually have a plastic handle that like takes it down.